All right, all right. I'm glad we can all be alumni of the great institution we know as the University of Wikipedias. However, as great as this place may be, we may have to do better sometimes. You know, it's not always the end-all be-all. So let's get back into the Carryccino build, and we will now go over how to remove the bed again. I already did this before, but last time I kind of just did it, and I didn't really know what I was doing. But honestly, it's not that bad. It's much harder in a Daihatsu Hijet. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard was this?
12.
Here we are underneath. It is a lot easier when the motor isn't here. So you got all the room in the world, all the room in a Suzuki Carry to access all the bolts, all the things that are attached to the bottom of the bed, just underneath the lift. I mean, I did this before outside on the ground, so this is totally possible. I'm facing the front of the truck. This is the engine cover hatch. Right to the left of it, right there, you're gonna see a 14mm bolt. Same on the right side on the bed frame rail. There's also a 14mm bolt right there. To the side, you're gonna find the battery right there. You're gonna find another 14mm bolt on this frame support thing. And then you're gonna find another 14mm bolt right there. Same on the opposite side. And as you can see, same support rails on this side too. And then on this side, you're gonna find something right behind the tail light, right there. That's a 14mm nut. Same on this side. It's dark under there, it's hard to see. I need to raise the bed, which means I need to make adjustments to the mounting points. I probably have to abandon those ones, I'm not sure yet, but I need to make risers or something. So my idea was to make a dump bed scissor lift. They kind of look like this one. I've been collecting all these pictures of these trucks in hopes of being able to see how the design actually works so I can make my own. Because of that, I have to remove everything that is attached to the bed here, and it really doesn't matter if I remember where it goes or whatnot, because it doesn't matter. It can't go back on the bed. It's gonna go back on the new frame that I'm gonna build out. So I clearly have to make something for my AC condenser here, and that's probably the way I'll have to do a lot of this stuff. Over here, you're just gonna see wiring that just needs to be removed. Same with right there. There's like grounding points and stuff. But overall, this is pretty easy. My buddy with the Hijet, he had a bad time. The bed is now removed. This is pretty easy to do, other than all this.
Not easy to do.
Other than all the stupidly positioned clips that you can never get to.
Retarded.
But luckily, this is much easier. Let's get started. I'm gonna start back here with the tail lights. I'm gonna disconnect all these plugs. They're just some sort of clips you kind of just have to push out. I mean, mine look really crumbly because they're old. I mean, yours would be old too, I presume. Oh, this thing's like literally falling apart. Might have to like redo these plugs with something else. Oh. The plugs are literally just crumbling. Oh, I broke this one. Everything back here is disconnected. There are two ground wires. Wow. All right. Moving in on this side, I just have to remove this harness. I mean, I already broke most of these because the last time I moved it, these are all just brittle plastic little wire ties here. They kind of just, yeah, they're broken. Now on my particular carry, that was it there. I think, yeah, I gotta pop these lines out of the clips. There's just two little clips right here. Oops, I bent it a little bit. There you go. Now this is disconnected from the frame. This is already disconnected from the frame. There's nothing else from this point back attached other than the bed bolts. Right here in front of the driver's side shock, there's another one of these clamps that holds onto one of the fuel lines. You can just loosen that and you'll be free of the hook. Or you can completely remove the hook. I'm gonna put my hook back, just for now. Well, now I lost the whole thing. All right. That's fine. Follow all of these lines till you find everything that holds on to it. There's another hook up here, but that looks like the last one before I move to the next section. I have AC, so if you don't have AC, this part is not relevant to you, but I have my condenser. It is mounted to the bed. I'm gonna remove that. They look like 10mm bolts. Come to the front side of the condenser. There's the same things here. There are 2 bolts here and there are 2 bolts there. You need to remove these on the slotted holes so you can slide it a little bit and it'll fall out of that mount. Okay, there we go. That is loose. Looking a little further right here, you're gonna find another one of those clamps holding a fuel line. You're gonna have to get this in there. Might just do this one by hand. Doesn't look as, yeah, this one's not rusty like the other ones. Just knock that line out of there. There we go. It's hot. It's hot in here. It's really difficult under here to show you what's going on because it's so tight and dark, but there are just stuff attached to the bed rails, the cross rails right here, the support beams, whatever you want to call them, and you just have to undo them. There's just like little things you just remove. Once you remove them, you can undo the actual bed bolts. Don't forget the 2 that are here. I had a lot of problems on this the first time. You got to get them from the top. I'm not sure if I can just take the nut off like that. But that's it. This is it. And like this right there, you just kind of do that and get it off, right? So super easy. There's also stuff like these weird little intake tubes. The intake housing right here too. There's just 2 bolts right there. Everything just comes right off. It's super easy. Now I'm pretty sure I went over and removed everything here. The intake is out, the AC condenser is out, all the wire ties, the things that were kind of screwed in, bolted, the ignition coil is out, the wiring stuff that's all here, the AC line that was connected to the frame there, everything is out. So now all I have to remove is the bed frame bolts, the actual bolts, the 14mm things. Everything underneath here was a 10mm, and all the bolt heads for the bed is a 14mm. Oh, I remember this. You need a 14mm wrench on top. Sometimes I'm just kind of dumb. I have all these tools, but I don't use them properly. Where can I put this for now? Outside. Open? Look under here. There are 2 bolts. You have to lift them out of the hole. Oh, it's because I'm hitting this bar. Yeah. This needs to come off. Come on.
You can't take this off, huh?
No, those won't come
That's
out.
what it really means. Yeah, because you can clear it.
Yeah, that needs to come out. Yeah. Why? The cables are all attached.
Is up. There we go.
It's free.
So
Did it. First go.
Oh, the cable's not even like attaching anything.
It wasn't set up. Oh, I guess that's okay then. We don't have to put it back. I never got around to hooking it up yet.
You just put it there.
It was just mounted just to get it out of the way.
It makes sense.
I guess we just put it down. Yeah. Ready? Let's go. The bed is now removed. Now we can continue our shenanigans here. Now that I've done this twice, I think it's pretty easy to remove the bed on a Suzuki Carry with or without the motor in place and with or without a lift. So as long as you have ramps, a jack, some stands or something, as long as you can get underneath and work at whatever you need to work on, the bed comes off really easily. The AC condenser is a little bit tricky, but I mean, not all of you guys have AC, so that's one little thing that you don't have to work with. My last bunch of content has been dominated by my Suzuki Carry here on my track day and the fiasco that I encountered. But now that the car is actually down and I can't do anything with it, the next stuff will be me working on this while I wait for this part to be made for my car because it's discontinued. Fun. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already so you can follow along with the Suzuki Carryccino build. Obviously the motor's in here. I have some little problems, but I want to mate the transmission back to this thing and I want to do stuff with the intake. Then I can start designing the dump scissor lift bed.